And we're live in the 605 with another Lunchbox podcast. Yeah, it's nice, right?
Your break time entertainment. Gotta have.
That's your thing. You can say that. Your break time.
It's like Harry Carey, but not.
Blah.
That was a
Every
thing.
time I think of
Anyways,
Will Ferrell one.
well, we won't get into imitations too much, but no, we have another one. We have lost track of episode counters, which is fine.
Doesn't even matter.
So we're having fun. But the topic today, just your host, Ryan McConnell. And my name's Mike. But anyways, that's weird. I don't like it. Anyways, topic today. There's plenty of things that in life you might want to do when you grow up. The Pussycat Dolls made a song about it.
Are you going to have that play when we get production? When I grow up, boop-a-deer-beer.
That was so close. We might get copyright infringement. So please, if you could,
It happened before.
just keep it down a little. But
Yeah.
I guess I'll go first this time. Usually I'm the one asking the questions, but yeah, when I was young, I mean, obviously being adopted at a young age of 4 months old, and going through high school, you do those aptitude tests, right? And they try to figure out, things to do or what you're good at. Still don't remember. I honestly don't remember. I wasn't good enough to I guess I don't remember. But mine was I wanted to go into computers. Computer software. Salesman? No, it was never sales. Dude, believe it or not, and I know I'm going to get blasted because a friend of mine, Dominic, just saw me and he made a comment, but I was quiet and timid in high school. Oh yeah.
College, you want to reinvent yourself and to be that? That's what you chose?
No, honestly, this is going to sound messed up too, but getting to college and then being in intramurals and doing that stuff, I remember all of us, that's where I met like Nick Peterson and a bunch of my friends that's literally what made me more outspoken to not be afraid to talk to people.
The sweet baller skills?
Not playing. We were reffing and like organizing. We weren't even, yeah. But honestly, that was probably a big thing. Otherwise, I worked in the food business forever. I worked at the Pizza Ranch and stuff through high school. But yeah, I was a quiet guy. Never really said a whole lot. Hard to believe.
Shocker. Yeah, same. Me.
It's like the.
It's always hard for me to find the words.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the thing. Computers was what I wanted to do. Obviously, did not do anything down that path whatsoever.
We play on computers, yeah.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out how to set things up and connect things and do things and change things and
bada bing, bada bang, bang.
But yeah, that was my thing. Obviously, we've all known each other for long enough. I know what rabbit hole you're going to go down, which I think is very, very cool. In the nicest way possible.
Yep.
I still honestly believe that, and for what it's worth, I do believe at some point in your life, no matter how old you are, whether you're 60 or 70, you will get back into it.
Oh, for sure.
So I'll let you share your story.
When I was a kid, childhood, I wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to fly airplanes. So I flew with my grandpa as a kid, growing up, flew with a couple other people, and I just wanted to literally go through the whole thing. So I went to SDSU, started out, did a little bit of aviation, wanted to get like commercial style. Then the more I flew, the more it turned into like a hobby. My ADD was way too crazy. There's no way that I'd be able to literally sit there with another person for 10, 12 hours a day and just take off manually and then just like read. I don't know. Tell knock jokes.
Page 6.
Yeah. Page 6.
What button
you're reading Don't Kill Yourself books, flying airplanes?
Castaway.
Yeah, Castaway.
So, yep. I mean, what do you think? Because this actually intrigues me. Yep. What do you think of how everybody talks about how easy it is to do stuff and how easy it is to get a gun or how easy it is to get a driver's license, how easy it is to get a CDL, all this stuff. How easy is it to become a pilot?
Yeah. Pretty easy. Yeah. I think a lot of thing that holds people back is just money. It was like 12 grand. So, and it's like 12 grand to get a helicopter license. I wanted to do it just to do it, just so I could say I can fly helicopters. But yeah, it's 12 grand. You have to have physical, and then it's rough to stay current. I'm not current now, but I have enough like pilot buddies that I know I could call to get current if I need to, you know. So it's not hard at all, honestly. You can do it today. Let's go.
It's like to be a what do they call those people?
A predator.
No, the wedding officiants.
Yeah. You just take an online course for 20 seconds, and then you're officially a pilot.
Yeah. Just answer 16 questions, you know. And then how many flight simulator hours you have into the video
it's
game.
Different back then. Back in May Day, like they didn't have like flight sims for hours. Like you had to do the real stuff, you know.
Flight sim existed in 2000. I had it.
Barely. Yeah, but not the same. It's not the same.
Is the new one?
Yeah. The new one's pretty intense. No, the new one is very, very accurate. Scary.
So let me ask you this: have you flown over your house in the new one?
I have. Yep. I actually bought Trevor's like yoke and stuff, throttles.
I'm surprised it's not readily available. Like everything, don't dig it out. I know it's there.
I'm literally kicking it with my foot. It's underneath my desk. I'm kicking it.
But no, it's always, that's one thing that's kind of cool. You know, like you're the only one I know that went down that path.
If I lose my job, right, I would probably go back to aviation. I think probably.
Yeah, and you said that. I agree.
Sell airplanes. Yeah.
It's what you know.
Yeah, comfortable.
It's not like it's not like a bike. You just hop back on and.
Can't be a professional podcaster yet. You know, we got to get to 100 episodes first. All our life experiences, you know.
Yeah, well, for another episode. Anyways, I mean, I don't know if anybody's tuning in online or not and haven't seen anything, but that is an interesting aspect because I wonder how many people actually do. I probably, maybe an opinion here, the same amount of people that amount to what they thought of their childhood dream is the same amount of people that marry their high school sweetheart.
Yeah, right. I always think of on Step Brothers, where he's just like, "What did you want to be?" I wanted to be a dinosaur. It's like, damn, that doesn't even make sense. Yeah. Yeah, you'd be surprised. I think like the 1 degree, you know, like you have like your hardcore, like your engineers, your nurses, you know, but there's like a lot of people that are like liberal arts, English, drama, you know, how many people are on fucking Broadway? There's no business like show business.
Yeah, that was the thing. You know, I find it interesting too that people find a way to almost like circle back somehow. Not necessarily like in your situation where it's like I did so much and then I'll circle back around. Like people literally will do something for so long and then they're just like, I'm gonna go do, you know, whatever it is at whatever point it is in their life. It's weird to me still. My sister, pharmacist her whole life. I mean, I remember she took organic chem at South Dakota State and she got a B and crying. I was like, I've heard that class is hard. Anybody's happy to get a D as long as they can still become a nurse. But pharmacist her whole life and then just up and quits here 2 years ago and becomes a librarian. I was like,
what?
Oh yeah, dude, it's so weird to me. She literally, but she's happy as a clam. But that's one thing. That's a whole different thing. Of people that do stuff for
clams. Let's
be
real.
Your dad, how long was your dad a teacher?
Trevor Schnee. Liking it.
Nice.
Schnee's watching, yeah.
But your dad was a teacher for how long?
33 years, something like that. Long time.
43 here for my dad.
Jeez.
I don't know.
Sorry, my dad just died sooner.
As soon as I said it.
He was retired. I'm sorry.
No, but both of our parents, or both of our fathers were music teachers or in that industry. And my dad didn't know anything different.
Yep.
You know, he said it was different every year because obviously you get new kids and different assholes in the group. But aside from that, I mean, that's all he did.
Him growing up, he was a gymnast. He got straight A's, and he was like a piano savant. And when he went to college, they asked him, like, what do you want a full ride for? One of those three. And he picked music because he knew he was going to be a music teacher. And he was
Where did he go to school at?
St. Scholastica up in Duluth.
Oh.
And out of like the 9 kids that are in my dad's family, like he was the poorest. Like they were all, I can't believe you're doing, like they're all not all, but some multimillionaires and stuff in there. And like he's the poorest, and he kind of got a bunch of shit for following his dreams.
So it's funny you say that. My dad also didn't have a whole lot, but he smoked when he was in college. He went to Black Hill State, and what's that?
Weed?
Cigarettes. He had to quit when he married my mom. But anyways, he always told me, and it was the same thing. I thought, dude, when I lived with Lee and Brian and Phil, when we met, actually, my dad always tried to influence me to, when he grew up. No, when he grew up, it was, you live with all these people. They bought the food, brought it home, you cooked it. So you never had to buy food. So my dad never paid for food when he was in college. He just cooked. And so he became very, very good at it. But he lived with 5 other people. Like they were all hunters and stuff too. And literally he never paid for food. He learned how to cook. He did the dishes. He did all that stuff. That was part of the deal.
Do you ever know Kyle Labatt?
Who?
Kyle Labatt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when we were roommates, like Trent, it was me, Trent, and Kyle lived with each other. And like Trent and I would pretty much do all the food buying, like lots of stuff. And every time we would make food, like somebody just had to bring something. We didn't really care, just bring something. But he would always bring like a can of beans or like a can of corn. Like it wouldn't be like meat, any filler. It was literally just like a can of beans. And then it was to the point too where like when Trent and I would go to Sam's Club, get a bunch of toilet paper and stuff, like he wouldn't use, might be overshare and I'm probably gonna get in trouble. But like we yelled at him one time for stealing our toilet paper, and he said, no, it's just in there for my friends when they come over. I don't use it. I'm like, what do you mean you don't use toilet paper? He said, yeah, I just poop at work. I said, what if you have to poop here? He goes, well, I just I'll hop in the shower afterwards. What? Excuse you? That's like bona fide shitting your pants. But no pants. And then you just hop in and you're all squeaky clean. Yep. Sorry. Maybe we'll blurp his name out later. Beep. Yeah, it's too late for that. We're too famous.
Well, what's going to happen is we'll get down the road and then somebody's going to be like, do you remember
you remember that episode? Yeah.
I'm suing you. Yeah, that'd
be a good episode. College stories.
Can't really top that. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, there's a lot of mutual friends of ours that we can go on and on, but it's that's a different episode, really. But yeah, I mean, it's, you watch other people like grow into, I mean, the workforce has changed so much though too. I mean, the demand of what people need and what people do. Obviously, computers was probably not a bad choice given the fact that everything's so crazy with it right now. But I mean,
now with the AI stuff.
Well, it's just, I mean, the thing is, it's almost, you can't kill the job, it's just always going to be there.
What's up, Shanae? Welcome. Comment, talk. We can always do live stuff. That's what we like. I wish we had more people join live so we could actually discuss.
Yeah, we feed off of it a little bit better, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of went down the rabbit hole of guessing. I mean, it's so crazy. Some people might not realize this, but we truly do think of this topic 5 minutes before we hit
3 minutes
record.
Before, yeah. That's the best part.
I think there was one that we said the
pet peeve was probably the most.
We planned a day in advance, but
yeah, just
but yeah, I mean, I think when you go through all this stuff and you try to figure out, what path is right for you.
We got some sweet mutant going on. Don't mind those kids getting murdered in the background. Yeah, he's taking care of business. No, it's crazy. Like, how many people, even just look at our group of circle, right? That all went to college, right? and how many of them are doing stuff with that actual career, like with what they majored in.
Oh yeah, what they went for. I agree.
Like
I mean,
Lee,
a lot of them.
is Lee even doing engineering stuff? Phil
Know.
was like a greenskeeper, and now he's a farmer.
Well, that was Phil's, to my understanding, was in the making, whether he wanted to take it or not. It was up to him.
Yeah.
So when they went out east,
and I would take it too. Yeah.
When they went out east, it was literally just to buy time. I mean, the stories he had, a friend of ours that lived in a closet in the Blues.
Yep.
I'm airing that. He wore my Lucky jeans and my pink shirt to one of his dates that he went on in college because I had to dress him.
Nice.
He lived in a cemetery outside of a country club in the East Coast.
We should have him be a live guest. He'd be kind of a loose cannon, though.
Phil?
Yeah, a little bit.
He'd be all right. Loose cannon would be some of those other people we've named. Hopefully they skip ahead or don't watch this far in. But anyways, yeah, I mean, to kind of pivot a little bit here, you know, it's tough. You just don't see that anymore where people are like, I grew up, I want to do this, and then they do it their whole life. You just don't see it. And I think
even career people, you got like the young
I'm probably not the best example right at this moment, but
job hopping.
Things are, it's not really hopping when it's 5 years, but you literally have access to all these things like that. It's too easy. It is literally too easy to have access to it. How did your parents apply for a job back in the 90s or the 80s? How did you?
Pigeon.
Everything short of you had to trifold your application and put it in the mail. Now you have to do it from your phone and then acknowledge a box and determine that you're not a robot by identifying the crosswalks.
Yeah.
Like that's
crosswalks. Prove.
Yeah, and then it's like, which ones have the lights in them? Well, I clicked on the ones. You still think I'm not a real person, so I'm going to do another one.
Modern day anxiety test. Yeah.
But you know, I think that's one thing though, that everything's changed, and obviously there's all sorts of things on social media about how easily it is for, you know, people to hit them up, but it all goes back to the culture and how people feel and what they do and whether or not they enjoy doing it.
Yeah, it's well, how many people love their job?
I could probably find a few.
Yeah. It's a small few though, I bet.
I think it's people though that have different like priorities of what's important.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if think about it, if you were to go in to be a pilot, you'd probably have the opportunity to make the same, if not more money.
Yep, more.
You'd be gone.
I know, that's the downfall. So now that I'm a dad, that's the hardest part. So I'm hoping that I can get the kids into aviation, because we've done like air and space museums and like the air shows and stuff, and they seem to enjoy it. So the goal would be to get them like wanting to fly like when they're 13, 14. And then I can just get recurrent with them and we can do it together. But
yeah, well, I can see that, but I mean, it's just crazy though, is how much, like I said, workforce and people, people change, things change.
Things do change. Let's go into that. Just kidding. Anyway, yeah.
You're a dick.
No, yeah. Hey, I'm not saying it's job hopping. I'm saying though, with the younger crowd right now, like a lot of them have switched jobs like 2-3 times in a year. Like that's bonkers. Well, like there's no loyalty anymore. Back in my day.
Well, there shouldn't be a reason for loyalty. And I mean, you've seen the TikToks and all the other short clips, right? And I'm not saying that's like influential to a lot of people because everybody can make their own decision. But I mean, I do believe there comes a point where you genuinely internally make that decision of, why am I doing it?
Yeah.
You know, whether it's money, whether it's whatever, you know, and, you know, some people just have a different style of what they deal with every day. And but either way, so yeah, jobs. It's the workforce.
Crazy. It's a weird time.
Here's the other one. How many friends do you know that are actually firefighters or police officer? Less than one hand for me.
Yeah, I probably for both.
Like knowing them from young through high school, college, or met them in college. How many of them are? I've met police officers and firefighters today.
Yeah.
But like people that's whatever.
Yep. No, I got
those are the jobs that people are like,
probably handful, literally one, like on one hand, that are like, I'm gonna grow up and fucking be a cop. You know, the firefighter ones are bonkers too, like full firefighters. I'm not talking like a volunteer. Thank you for your service. I get it, but like, I'm talking
full
like
disclaimer.
full-fledged. Yeah, full-fledged. Like you're in there, fucking doing push-ups, and then the bell goes off or something, and then you fucking run. I don't know how it works. I just envision like Ghostbusters, you know?
Yeah.
Type of thing. So
yeah, it's entertaining because the one friend I have, and I'll tag him in it, or I'll chime him in. Shane, him and I, so we met at Budweiser back in 2009. He made some really great decisions growing up, with some of the stuff that we went through. Might have drove when he probably shouldn't have, but anyways, he's a state trooper now.
nice.
And yeah, so if you're ever on the I-90 pathway between Sioux Falls and Mitchell,
no, I'm gonna do all the things I've seen on TikTok. You need reasonable cause to ask my identification. I refuse to roll down my window. We got Michael Dorito live too. Look at that.
Nice. Tell him to chime in. Although we've been all over the place. This is probably the one podcast we've done so far that literally we almost will probably get to point to ramble, but we'll be under time.
Yeah. Well, no, like I said, it was, what do you want to be when you grow up? You said you wanted to be a what? Space cowboy? Cheerleader? What was it?
You're such a dick. No, it was something along the lines of computer software or computer engineering or something.
Yeah. So pilot, right? I think it's just a situation where we ask our fan base, like, what did you want to be? And then like, no one's commenting. So that's like fucking crickets. And then we'll just pretend. Lawyer. Wow.
Would have never thought.
Yeah. Did Dorito grow up wanting to be like a manager of, I guess he was detail, right? But then also entrepreneur, house remodel, makeover, I can't really, that other thing. You gotta do that.
You're so ridiculous.
That was close. I almost went to fucking Facebook jail. And yeah, it's the same thing. Like I never, like, life experiences, I never grew up expecting to be like a fucking business owner. No. It's not much. It's not much, you know. I've had a fucking lot of sales this year so far, which is crazy, but it comes in waves. Just never expected it. Never expected to be a stay-at-home dad for fucking 2.5 years. Fuck my life. On that one,
that was really, honestly, of all of our time of knowing each other, that was probably the biggest disconnect you and I had.
Well, yeah.
Literally, I
never left. Yeah, I never left anywhere. Yeah. Shanae says it's not much, but it's honest work. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yep. Also, business owner. Boom. You know, look at all of us just hanging out, business owners. Miller?
I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. It's good times.
Anyways.
Get back at it. Reel us back in there.
Oh, no, there's not much reeling in. It was pretty short convo, really, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of expected more. I thought you were going to say you wanted to be like fucking stripper or something. We could talk about like childhood jobs that we had.
I was way timid. I didn't talk much.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, you talked to my friends from high school. Even going through college and stuff like that, they even saw it. But yeah, no, I was super quiet. Everybody says that's ridiculous. They don't believe it, but
yeah.
I grew up, evolved. Much like yourself.
What? Trevor had the flea market, said it was fire.
Yeah, good old Benson's flea market.
Benson's flea market.
I think that's a once a month thing. But
if you haven't checked out,
we might as well plug that. We'll figure out how to get it in here. But yeah, the Loot Cave.
Trevor Sineave, yeah, Loot Cave.
That's I may or may not be looking at everything I've ever bought from that thing.
I have a bunch of Pokemon cards.
See, I'm not into Pokemon.
Well, it's like I am. Fuck off. It's more so my kids and stuff. Yeah, then we got like all my pops and stuff too. You like that? Yeah.
I got those too. Got the same set.
I know. Yeah,
courtesy
weird.
of the Loot Cave.
Courtesy of Loot Cave.
But yeah, check them out. It's thelootcave.com.
Yep. It is. Yep. I did a backpack. Yep. Scan it. Nice. Did a backpack for my wife for Animal Crossing. And then we've done.
Oh, you bought one of those?
Some coasters, some Nintendo coasters and stuff. And then we had Pokemon cards for the kids. I've done Back to the Future stuff. Another pop, Back to the Future. Nice. If you didn't know that, he writes hand. Ooh, order number 4 could have been number 1. But he writes hand thank you cards, which is fucking awesome. Dorito said, I always wanted to own my own business, even in high school. He had side hustles going on, a vehicle audio and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. I think going through the things that I went through and the people I've met and everything else, the hardest part is, and people would shoot me for that too, but the hardest part is for me, literally people. It's the people.
Yep.
You know, nothing that comes to my brain is a solo man operation. I dropped something. I don't know what it was, but that's the hardest part for me. I've always envisioned something as like a partnership of somebody being able to push each other and hold each other accountable. That's always a thing. But
I always think when you try to do the friend aspect, it gets more risky. You know,
mine's not so much the friend thing. It doesn't even have to be a friend. Find me somebody that's, you know, got drive, not afraid to, you know, do extra stuff. But
can I take naps in between my stuff?
Yeah, if that's suitable, if it works.
You know, hey, there's nap pods or whatever at Google, right?
Yeah,
they seem to be pretty successful. I guess I've heard.
Google, yeah, they're doing okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. So next one, actually, if they're still here, we should ask them for a little insight. We could just do a twofer.
What would you guys like to talk about? Yeah,
twofer. Because what we do is we get stuck. This is one where we got a little stuck.
We didn't know what to talk about.
It's hard to make a half hour of what you want to do. That's literally like one question out of everything in your yearbook. You know, it's like, what's your favorite color?
Orange. Shit, I fucked it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you can only ramble so much because obviously neither one of us went down that pathway fully.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nope.
But yeah, so we'll wrap this one up, and yeah, we'll try to figure out what else we can do next. But yeah,
perfect.
Take us out.
And we are out. Bye forever.